The following is a Hoop Ball presentation.
Hello and welcome to the Box Score Breakdown Show, a Hoop Ball presentation. My name is Adrian Benjamins and I'm joined by Neil Rochlani, and this episode is brought to you by Hawaiian Isles Kona Coffee Company. Taste the Kona difference. Head over to Hawaiian Isles and Amazon and get some delicious coffee. Neil Rochlani, how are you doing, sir? Did you make it into the finals?
I made it into both my finals. Wow. I have no idea. You know, one in both of them, I tied in a category. I don't know if there was a stat correction, but I tied someone yesterday, and then I advanced. And we use Yahoo. And you know how Yahoo, after a week, it'll have like those little like the virtual confetti, say congratulations, you won your week.
Yeah.
It said, we're just as surprised as you are. It didn't say congratulations. That is literally what it said on my Yahoo for my post-game analysis.
Man, that is really surprising that it would say that, because you've been in first place like all season long, right? So
yeah, it was
weird.
Really funny. I don't know if there's a stat correction or what happened. Anyway, so it was 4-4 tie. We tied in blocks, but then I advanced and he didn't. So
wow. Well, congratulations, man. Congratulations.
I think I'm in for a world of hurt though this week. We'll see how it goes. Both of them. I like to win one. So far, not such a great start. I have no one going tonight in one of my leagues.
Kind of strange. Only a 4-game slate on a Monday night.
Conley,
right?
And Conley got pulled.
Brutal, man. That is brutal, especially with how good Conley's been playing.
Yeah,
that's tough.
We'll see. I feel like I just got to the final, so I'm kind of like just taking it with a grain of salt at this point. Yeah, how are you tonight? What's up, man? How you feeling?
I'm doing good, man. It's hard to I'm kind of like checking out a little bit because pretty much I'm knocked out of all my playoff leagues. My roto leagues I'm in, I really can't move much. Maybe I could jump a spot or two, but I've got like no shot at hitting like making the finals. And the thing that sucks the most, Neil, is like this season has been the most challenging for me, like away from fantasy. Just my regular day job just kicked my butt. The kids kicked my butt this season, being sick, and they started new after school activities, like my daughter's doing ballet and this and that, and things have finally starting to slow down, Neil, where I have extra time and I'm out of like all my leagues. So of course, right, that's like so typical, man. Like I finally have all this free time and I'm like done in fantasy. So really hard to kind of stay tuned in. I'm kind of like mentally checking out a little bit, but I'm definitely going to hang in there this week because I know a lot of people are playing for championships, and if we can help at all, we got to try to help Hoop Ball listeners make it to the promised land. What do you think, Neil?
Try our best. I am certainly I'm more of a rotisserie guy, but yeah, we'll try to talk about these pickups here the last week. Or maybe the last week. For me, 2 championship weeks, and then perhaps your championship is next week, if you're listening. So with that, should we move into some of these box scores?
Let's do it.
Very quiet night, as you said.
Yeah, super quiet. And I think it's my turn to lead us off, so I'll do that. And, I was really surprised by this Sixers Magic game, Neil. Big blowout going the Magic way. And, the Magic are right on the Heat's tail for the 8th seed. So this is a big win for the Magic, and really surprising to see them get this victory by such a blowout. So But, for fantasy, it's a little disappointing because it's really hard to take anything away from it. So I'm going to jump right into it, though, Neil. 119-98, the Magic getting the victory. I'll start with the Sixers. Tobias Harris. We've seen him kind of fall off just a little bit as far as production goes now that Embiid is back and the team's healthy. So, but still a pretty good game here. 15 points, a steal, 3 assists, 4 rebounds, 5 of 10 shooting from the field, 5 of 6 from the line. Jimmy Butler also doing his thing, 13 points, 1 steal, 1 block, 7 assists, 6 rebounds. He was 4 of 10 from the field, 5 of 5 from the line. Very similar lines, Harris and Butler. Joel Embiid, 20 points, 10 rebounds, 2 assists, 1 steal. Did have 5 turnovers, but still a pretty good line. 8 of 15 from the field, 1 3. He was 3 of 6 from the line. JJ Redick, this one was disappointing. Didn't have the shooting going tonight. Was only 2 of 10 from the field for 8 points, 2 assists. So disappointing for Redick. Let's see, what else? Oh, no Ben Simmons in this one. So definitely very disappointing if you have Ben Simmons and you've made it this far in the playoffs and now you're missing games. So that's pretty disappointing. TJ McConnell getting the start, but he didn't do much in 29 minutes. Only had 2 points, 2 assists, and 6 rebounds. Don't trust any of these bench guys at all. What do you think of the Sixers, Neil?
Yeah, they're really interesting. Usually we've seen guys sit out as one of their big four, so to speak, and it's usually absorbed by the other three, all the stats. It usually doesn't go to anyone else off the bench, steps up. So even with Simmons out, like you mentioned, no one new really emerges. And the Sixers don't have a very good week. I think they only have 2 more games this week. Eesh. So if you are streaming, they play Thursday, Saturday. So maybe you can move on if you were trying to get, a stream and replace the Simmons tonight. Maybe move on from them and try to get someone who has maybe 3 games the rest of the week, because I don't think anyone that's not already owned is going to have any fantasy value. TJ McConnell did get 29 minutes, but with just 2 more games left, I wouldn't trust him to produce too much, so I'd stay away. All right, on to the other side. We've got, like you said, Orlando with a blowout here, 119 points. Let's see how the stats broke out. We've got Vucevic, 29 minutes, 28 points on 11 of 21 shooting, 11 rebounds, 4 assists, 4 from the line, 2 3-pointers. No defensive stats tonight. Adrian, your boy Evan Fournier showed up tonight. I hope you started him. I know it's tough when you're out of it, but every time I have a good fantasy game from a guy, it still feels good, right? 24 points tonight, 7 assists, 11 of 17 shooting, 2 steals, 2 3-pointers. He's been a little bit hot and cold this year, but he's still, I think, a good shooter in this league, and a good wing player. Aaron Gordon, decent night here, 12 points, 8 rebounds, 3 assists on 5 of 12 shooting, 2 steals, and 2 3-pointers. Jonathan Isaac, a little disappointing tonight. 8 points, 4 rebounds, gets a block, a steal, and a 3-pointer. DJ Augustine, very disappointing. In 25 minutes, if you were trying to stream him, did not work out. 4 points, 2 rebounds, 4 assists on just 2 of 4 shooting. Picked up a steal for you. Terrence Ross as well struggled tonight. Actually didn't even take many shots. 2 of 6 from the field. 7 points. Just a single 3-pointer. Did pick up a steal. 3 rebounds, 3 assists. Michael Carter-Williams, not a name I would thought I'd throw out there this season. In the blowout, gets 20 minutes. You can kind of throw that away, though, for any future value. Let's see. Let me go look at Orlando's schedule to see. They've got games Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday. So actually, Tuesday and Thursday are big nights this week. It's very bizarre. Like Monday and Wednesday are quiet, and Tuesday and Thursday are big. So you may already have full lineups on those nights. So check that. They're on the road in Miami and Detroit. So not bad competition. I'm not sure there's anyone who's worth picking up and streaming. Not much to take away from this game, Adrian. Unfortunately, I don't see anything worth mentioning that isn't already known. What are your thoughts? Any thoughts on the Magic? Anything you were targeting?
Not much for me to add. You pretty much nailed it. And again, just as you said, unfortunate that this game was such a blowout. Not too much to like. I even liked what I saw from Michael Carter Williams, but was it just the blowout factor? The reason why he got 20 minutes, and some of the guys like I have Jonathan Isaac who played really bad, but would he have gotten more minutes if this game was much closer? So really hard to take anything from this game. I think the one thing that I'm really optimistic about is that the Magic, I feel, are definitely trying to get that 8th seed to make the playoffs. So I don't foresee any of these guys resting. So keep your Magic locked in your lineup. I think you made a great point on their schedule. Check to see if their schedule works for you. If you really don't get, if you can drop a Magic player and get 3 extra games from another player, like let's say your Tuesday and Thursday is full, and you're streaming Terrence Ross and you can't even really get games from him, drop him and pick up a player where you can get some more games. So anyways, that's pretty much all I got on the Magic. What do you think? Any closing thoughts there, Neil?
Oh, I was just going to say they do play Miami next, so we know they're both going to be competitive.
Ooh, that could be
Yeah,
that could be a fun game.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see how it plays out statistically, but it should be a very competitive game nonetheless.
All right, let's jump over to the second game of the evening, the Memphis Grizzlies and the Oklahoma City Thunder. This was kind of surprising too, man. The Grizzlies get the victory 115-103. I don't know if the Grizzlies got the memo that they're supposed to be losing games. I feel like they've won a decent amount of games lately. But anyways, I'm going to take a look at the Thunder side. I mean, again, I sound like such a broken record. Paul George, what an outstanding season. One of the best surprises of this season. 30 points, a steal, 3 assists, 12 rebounds, 5 threes on 10 of 29 shooting from the field. He was 5 of 6 from the line. Russell Westbrook with 16 points, 7 assists, 5 rebounds. He added a 3, was 6 of 20 from the field, 3 of 6 from the line. Ferguson had a pretty good game here. Shot perfect. 4 of 4 from the field for 13 points. He was 3 of 3 from downtown and a perfect 2 of 2 from the line. So you got to appreciate that shooting. He also gave you 2 steals, 3 assists, 3 rebounds. Maybe being streamed in some deeper leagues. Steven Adams with only 2 points, but did give you some nice defensive stats. 3 blocks, 4 steals with 8 rebounds. So salvaged that line for sure. Grant, who's been playing pretty good, but this one was disappointing. 7 points, 2 rebounds, 1 3 on only 3 of 8 shooting from the field. Off the bench, they got a great game from Dennis Schroeder, who had 25 points, 3 assists, 3 rebounds. He had 2 threes, was 9 of 14 from the field, 5 of 6 from the line. The bench, really not much else there. I hope you guys are not counting on any of these bench guys. Neil, what are your thoughts on the Thunder?
I know how you mentioned last week how like the 5 through 8 seed in the West is all bunched together. After this loss, OKC is now in the 8 spot.
Wow.
I know, and the Clippers moved into the 5 spot. It's going to be, and that could change in 2 days as everything kind of shakes out here the last few weeks of the season. So they're going to be playing hard. Really surprised they did not put a better effort in here. I think they got 3 more games this week. So if you don't have any, they're playing Wednesday, Friday, Sunday. Like I said, Wednesday is not a very big night as normally is. I think Schroeder, if he's out there, should be streamed. He may not be available, though, in most leagues. He is the only one I would touch, or if someone happened to drop, I don't think anyone's going to drop Jeremy Grant after tonight. But if I've done stupider things, so maybe someone drops Jeremy Grant in here after a bad night. Maybe he's out there, but those 2 guys, if possible, stream. No one else, like you said, on the bench is worth trusting. Okay, I'll move over to the Memphis side. DeLon Wright gets the start here over Mike Conley, who rests, and he has just a fantastic game. 8 of 14 shooting, 18 points, 3 rebounds, 13 assists, 4 steals. Nice night for him if you're streaming him. Another guy who's been Bruno Caboclo. I think we can talk about rotisserie leagues, but even streaming. I mean, this is a fantastic line. 35 minutes, 24 points, 11 rebounds, 2 assists, 8 of 13 shooting, 4 3-pointers, 4 of 4 from the line, 1 steal, 1 block, plus minus of 17. Adrian, I think they put him in there thinking they were going to lose if he played 35 minutes, but he is delivering. Justin Holiday, someone I have been bashing all season since coming to Memphis. Maybe he's worth a stream. We have to look at their schedule really quick, but tonight, 17 points, 7 rebounds, 5 assists, 6 of 13 shooting, 3 3-pointers, 2 steals. So maybe we'll have to look at the schedule. Maybe he's worth it. Valanciunas has been consistent since coming over here. 18 points, 14 rebounds, 1 assist on 6 of 12 shooting, 2 blocks. Tyler Dorsey, the guy who's put up some decent numbers as of late, played 39 minutes tonight. Great line here, 21 points, 8 rebounds, 5 assists, 7 of 13 shooting, 3 3-pointers. Did struggle a little bit from the line, 4 or 7. Chandler Parsons played 25 minutes, but not much fantasy-wise. Same with Rab, Javon Carter, and Washburn. I'm going to take a quick look here at Memphis's schedule and see what we got coming up. We've got, again, 3 more games for them. Wednesday, Saturday, Sunday. So maybe you look at Saturday, Sunday for those guys, and even Wednesday if you can do it. They've got a couple guys here. Caboclo, I think, is worth streaming. Clearly, Dorsey, and maybe DeLon Wright. I don't know if Conley's going to come back. It said soreness tonight. There's no reason to start him anymore, but he's one of these guys I think that wants to play, and I think they're going to let him run out there for some time. So if he may get back in the starting lineup, which will make DeLon Wright's fantasy value obviously much less. But Dorsey and Caboclo, I think, are safe. Any thoughts? And then maybe Justin Holiday if he can get his mojo back. What do you think?
I love the take, and I really like that Saturday, Sunday back-to-back. I mean, I don't know if there are any players that play Friday and not this weekend, but if you're playing and you got a guy whose last game is Friday, you're dropping that guy on Friday to target a Memphis Grizzly or any player that's playing back-to-back Saturday, Sunday. We don't know on Conley, so it makes sense for them to just kind of shut him down as he's an older player, major injury history. Makes sense for them. We think that the Grizzlies are tanking. But you know what, Neil? I think you were right on when you said, they're probably playing these guys like Caboclo and Dorsey thinking, oh, let's tank. And these guys are balling out and winning games. So, I don't know. I love your take on Caboclo. I think he's worth an ad. I picked up Tyler Dorsey. I ended up dropping him when I thought Mike Conley was back. And now that it looks like it's possible maybe Mike Conley misses more games, maybe the rest of the season, I kind of want to run to pick up Dorsey back again. So, I agree on your take completely, Neil. I think all of these guys could be worth a stream. And I'm still alive in some roto leagues. I'm going to most definitely put in a claim for a few of these guys, man. Any closing thoughts here?
No, but it's good to see, it's nice when you start to have options, because sometimes this year you're really trying to pick up a gain in some certain categories, and usually there's nothing out there, at this point. So just to know there's some things out there, I think is good to see from Memphis. But that's really it. I think that's it for the games that are done.
Yes. All right.
A very short Monday for me, at least.
We are going to lose Neil, but I am so thankful you were here, Neil. You guys, I hope your week is getting off to a good start, especially if you're in championship week or you're still alive in your playoffs. I know, as Neil said earlier, there are some leagues that might go till next week as well. So we are going to keep grinding away. Do anything we can to help you guys get victories here. Thank you guys so much for listening to the show. Hit Neil up on Twitter. He's at Ball with Neil. I'm at Adrian Benjamins. I'm going to be back for 2 more games, and Neil, we'll see you tomorrow, yeah?
We'll be back tomorrow night. We got a big slate.
All right, you guys. We'll be right back. What's up, you guys? I am back for the final 2 games of the evening. Let's jump right into it. The first game, or the third game of the evening, the Suns and the Jazz. This one, another blowout. The Jazz getting the victory, 125-92. Let's take a look at the Suns side. A giant scoring game from Devin Booker, who had 59 points, 4 assists, 4 rebounds, 1 steal. He had 5 threes, shot 19 of 34 from the field, 16 of 17 from the line. Did have 6 turnovers, but pretty big game here from Devin Booker. DeAndre Ayton was disappointing in this one. 9 points, 1 block, 2 steals, 7 rebounds, 4 of 7 from the field, 1 of 1 from the line. Bridges was a mega disappointment. 1 point in 31 minutes from him. Bender is not happening. 4 points, 3 rebounds. He only shot 1 of 2 in 23 minutes. Melton got the start and put up a goose egg. He's been a real disappointment on the season for me. And, man, not even much to talk about on the bench. So just a really bad game all around for the Suns, except for Devin Booker. Okay, going to jump over to the Utah Jazz. It was a good all-around game. Ingles put up 14 points, 1 steal, 7 assists, 1 rebound, 2 threes. He shot 6 of 11 from the field. Rudy Gobert with a really nice game. A really good double-double, 27 points, 10 rebounds. He added 2 blocks, shot 9 of 11 from the field and 9 of 11 from the line. Ricky Rubio with a nice game, 18 points, 6 assists, 1 steal, 1 rebound. He was 6 of 9 from the field, 6 of 7 from the line. Donovan Mitchell was a bit disappointing in this one. The shooting, his shot was not happening, was only 4 of 14 from the field for 10 points. 10 points, 2 steals, 3 assists, 4 rebounds. He was 2 of 4 from downtown. Derek Favors with a pretty good game, 18 points, 2 blocks, 5 assists, 8 rebounds. He shot 9 of 13 from the field. Not much to talk about on the bench. Korver and Crowder only had 9 points. Both played 20 minutes. Not too much else here. Gonna head over to the final game from Monday. The Brooklyn Nets and the Portland Trailblazers, and this game was a doozy. Some major lines, giant stat lines in this one. This game went into double overtime. It was Portland getting the victory, 148-144. I'm going to check out the Nets side first. I guess I'll start with D'Angelo Russell. You know, him and Damian Lillard always seem to battle anytime these two teams play each other. 39 points for D'Angelo. Did have 6 turnovers, but in 42 minutes, that's probably going to be expected that he's going to have some high turnover numbers. 1 steal, 8 assists, 9 rebounds. He added 3 threes, 6 of 34 from the field, 4 of 8 from the line for him. Joe Harris with 13 points, 3 assists, 8 rebounds. He added 1 3, only shot 4 of 13 in this one. Carroll got the start. He had a decent game here. 18 points, 5 rebounds, 4 threes on 5 of 8 shooting from the field. He was 4 of 5 from the line. Jared Allen, this is, man, he fouled out. He fouled out in 26 minutes, only had 10 points, 8 rebounds, 2 assists. I mean, you definitely wanted more from Jared Allen, especially after seeing that this game went into double overtime. Off the bench, some nice games from Dinwiddie. He had 22 points, 2 assists, 2 rebounds, 3 threes on 6 of 15 shooting from the field, 7 of 7 from the line. Karis LeVert with 16 points, 7 assists, 1 steal, 3 rebounds. He shot 5 of 8 from the field, 1 3, 5 of 6 from the line. That's about it for the games. So, so we're going to get into a bigger Tuesday night slate. Neil and I will be back to go over that. And hope you guys are having a good start to your week. And we will talk to you tomorrow. Thank you.
This has been a Hoop Ball presentation.